Before we get into the video, I just need to say this first. Big shout outs and a thank you to SNK. That's right, SNK themselves reached out to me and provided me with a copy of SVC Chaos for me to make content on. I greatly appreciate you all. It means a lot to me knowing that my hard work hasn't gone unnoticed, especially by the big dogs of SNK themselves. So for me and the rest of my community, thank you SNK. Now with all that mushy stuff out of the way, let's get straight into the content. You already know how I do. Let's get to it. So like I said before, SNK came through and blessed us with a copy of SVC Chaos. Now, full transparency, I've never played SVC Chaos before, but I'm extremely aware of it. But for those that may not be aware, I'll go into a quick summary of the game before diving into the 2024 re-release. See, many people are aware of the CVS games, the first title coming out in 2000, followed by CVS 2 in 2001. Hell, people even know about SVC Match the Millennium and Car Fighters that came back way in 1999. Yet, 2 years after the release of CVS 2, another title will be added to this legendary collaboration of the two companies on July 24, 2003. SNK vs CAPCOM Chaos was released on PS2, Neo Geo, arcades, and Xbox. At this time, I had no clue about this game. I mean, to be fair, 7-year-old Decept was watching Transformers Armada being hyped about seeing Hotshot drive around whooping ass while playing Naruto Ultimate Ninja on my PlayStation 2. Man, good times. But years later, I would come across videos discussing the game from its inception, release, and so on. Now we're here in 2024 and SNK drops a bomb with an announcement at EVO of SVC Chaos being released again for new gen platforms, but not just any release. An updated release with all new features and quality of life perks in collaboration with Code Mystics. Also, if you're wondering, yes, the game is a 4-button game, however it's not as much of a SNK game as you think. There isn't running, nor is there roles in this, and it's only 1v1, so no teams. But with the summary out of the way, let's get into the real meat and potatoes, and that's exactly what's new about this release. So if you know Code Mystic's history with SNK ports, you know that when they come through for a port, they go in, alright? If you head to the options, you'll see a wide array of features to tweak with. First, with this new release, there's a new hitbox/hurtbox feature for all of my SVC veterans out there. Or if you're new and want to know why the Mars people is beating you down with the whole ET army, juggling you up and down, or why, you know, Athena just summons the god of nature to completely destroy you, now you can see exactly what's happening. But jokes aside, this is a much welcome feature and one that I don't believe is in the last port Code Mystics worked on, which was KOF 98 UMFE. So definitely a welcome feature. And if possible, I would enjoy if they went back to the older games they worked on and add that feature there too. But for right now, this is still a welcome thing, so no complaints from me. Now, just like 98, SVC Chaos has great netcode, of course, using Rollback. But again, this is Code Mystics, so you can rest assured the online is top notch. Now, from my personal experience, I've had a great time playing matches. I think the furthest I played may have been to Japan, and even then it didn't feel bad at all. So far, I haven't had any crappy connections. Moving on to the lobbies, lobbies are the same as before with previous ports by Code Mystics. You have large lobbies and have the feature of being able to join matches that are already happening and fast forwarding to the live moments. So even if the match started already, you can just join and fast forward up to the live event. Speaking of lobbies, when you host, you of course have the private game options, being able to choose what characters are allowed, be it normal, all, or custom, allowing your own specific do's and don'ts for what characters are allowed. So if you want to do maybe an only Capcom character thing, try that out. Only SNK, try that out. Show those, hey, it's your world. We just living in it. Do whatever you want that the game will allow you with these options. Of course, you have the game time you can adjust, rounds, blood even being able to be toggled on and off, as well as flash being able to be turned off. Personally, I never had an issue with the flashing effects of older games, but I have heard of people having issues with their eyes hurting or even getting headaches from this. So this is greatly appreciated from SNK and Code Mystics. Thank you for even giving people the option to turn that off. Now, finally, and this one is the one that caught me by surprise, is changing the lobby type. You have normal, single elimination, double elimination, as well as round robin. This alone sounds god's-like. for the tournament organizers and streamers and YouTubers alike. Will definitely make things a lot easier to run events for this game, so big shout out to SNK and Code Mystics again for this. This is greatly appreciated. You can change it however you want, so I definitely see this being a thing for future streams and events. Now I'm sure you've seen videos and stuff of this game and your first thought is, man, this game is kind of gloomy, and there's a reason for that. From my understanding of the plot, essentially a cataclysmic event happened and all of our fighters are in purgatory. Yeah, it gets that serious. All of them are in purgatory, and now they have Athena, who is on the side of order, and we have Arimer, who is on the side of chaos. I know for a fact I did not pronounce his name correctly, but we are going to keep it pushing, and they promised that the winner will receive one wish in this tournament. Now the fighters compete to win the tournament and have their wish granted, with the fate of all life hanging in the balance. So yeah, things kind of escalate from just, oh, tee haha, you know, we're doing this tournament that's the Masters and Robert family, you know, put together, to now we are in purgatory and fighting for our life. But again, this explains the eeriness of not just the stages and the music of the game, but the overall vibe all the way down to the main menu. Personally, I hold music in high regard, especially for fighting games, and this soundtrack fits the bill for the purgatory-like vibe. Very dark, very moody, eerie, always have you on the edge of your seat, basically giving you this emphasis of like sense of dread and doom, but in a more entertaining fighting game way and not horror movie type of way, if that makes sense. For the art, we have Nona of SNK in charge of the art direction, and these portraits are amazing. I know that people have their own feelings towards Nona's abstract vision of these characters, but personally, I love it. It really pushes the visuals of these characters, something that I feel you can appreciate. I highly recommend heading over to the gallery and checking out the promo material from Falcon as well as Shinkiro. Nona's style excels at emphasizing a character's attributes, be it Sagat's intimidating pose with the shadow covering his chest, but like the scar is glowing, drawing your attention to it, Shinokuma's dark figure with the piercing red eyes, Shiki's elegant stance. I mean, look, I can go on and on about these characters and just the way he chooses to pose them and the dynamic features and everything else in between. Just know that it's one of my favorite art styles in the SNK's long line of art. Final verdict. Taking everything I've said from the lobby system, the art, music, overall presentation, and quality of life features, would I recommend this game? Yeah. Whether you're a SVC vet that played the game on release back in the day at arcades or on the PS2/Xbox, or even if you're like me and want to try it for the first time, I can't emphasize enough how great a port it is and frankly overall fun. Now, this game is not the most polished in the world, not by a long shot, and that's just due to it having quirky, wonky hitboxes, characters obviously being more OP than others, characters being a lot weaker than others, so on and so forth. But at the end of the day, you have to remember, this is 2003, okay? This is 2003, this is 21 years ago. A lot of fighting games back then were not that polished, okay? But the game is fun. So SVC Chaos 2024 on PC, Switch, and PS4, $20.
Time with your family, priceless.
Overall, I will say this is a great pickup for $20, and you can't go wrong with that. But as always, this is the portion of the video where I ask, what are your thoughts? Have you played SVC Chaos before? What team did you run? Have you never played SVC Chaos? And if not, do you plan on picking this game up? Let me know down in the comment section below and I'll try to respond back. But as always, I appreciate you all. And also shout out to SNK once again for coming through and hitting your boy up with a code. We greatly appreciate you, both myself and my community. But till next time, I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.